This is Major Klutz, and welcome to HD 148937. Before attempting to land on a high-gravity planet, especially one this high, you're going to need analog control over your vertical thrust. If you're using a hat switch or keyboard to control your vertical thrust, it's not going to end well for you. With on-off thruster controls, your thrust is either full on or full off. There's no in between. Analog controls allow you to gradually adjust the intensity of your thrust, and that's important on a landing. You can see my configuration here. I've got one of the thumb wheels on my X52 throttle configured for vertical thrust control. This is planet number 3 in the system, 9.77 Gs, the highest gravity landable planet known. Here's the approach, slow and easy.
Orbital flight engaged.
Just before dropping, I'll shallow the descent angle a bit, and I'll zero the throttle as soon as we drop to minimize our momentum when we come out of glide. Flight assist is on, of course. I would not recommend trying this with flight assist off. The game cheats or overcharges the vertical thrusters in flight assist mode. With it off, I'm pretty sure that even the best thrusters you can possibly buy could not keep you in the air on this planet. Just before you come out of glide, pull up to level out the ship. I'm just going to let the ship come to a complete stop here to make sure that we're hovering stable. Vertical speed's good, altitude's stable. As you can see, I'm running 4D thrusters here, which is my normal exploration build. Just going to nose down here and throttle up a bit to get us closer to the ground. Keep a close eye on your vertical speed. Momentum is a killer here. It's going to take a lot of extra time to slow down from any downward momentum. Watch the speed increasing here way beyond where I have the throttle set. Even when I throttle to 0, speed continues to increase. Because we're nose down, we're sliding downhill and picking up speed. Vertical speed is way too fast here, so I'm going to level out and wait for that to bleed off. We're still dropping pretty quickly. The thing to keep in mind here is it's going to take significantly longer to counteract any vertical speed you have than it took to gain it. Throttle's zeroed here. We're just going to use a slight downward angle to lose the rest of this altitude. Important tip here, whatever you do, do not roll the ship or bank to the side. Your side thrusters do not have nearly enough force to keep you in the air. If you bank to the side, you're going to drop like a rock. Only use your yaw control to steer left or right. Keep the ship level at all times. Take it slow and don't let your momentum get out of control. Dropping the landing gear here so I can use the vertical thruster control to drop straight down where we're at.
Deployed.
Descending straight down at 5 meters per second. Now 10, 11. $200 meters. Meters. Now let's find a place to park. Meters per second. And touchdown. We lost a ring off the shields. I should have zeroed at 5 meters to bleed off momentum and touched down at 1 meter per second. Everything looks good. Let's take a look outside.
Drive assist on. High gravity warning.
Testing out the SRV's vertical thrusters here. SRV's thrusters don't get you very far under this gravity. Landing here was the easy part. Now for the hard part, takeoff. Vertical thrust engaged. Looks like you're not going anywhere, but give it a few seconds. And we start to lift off. Now this is very important. Whatever you do, do not let go of the vertical thrust. Because as soon as you do, you're going to lose a significant amount of altitude. So we need to gain a significant amount of altitude so we have some to lose. I'm going to zero my vertical thrust here. Watch the vertical speed and altitude when I do. I'm letting flight assist take over here, and it's going to take it some time to stop. I'm a little nervous about dropping so low here, so I'm angling up and engaging boost to minimize altitude loss. I want to do some experimenting under these conditions, but we're going to need some altitude for safety's sake. Keep an eye on your climb angle. Check out the forward speed indicator. We're only angled up about 20 degrees and we're bleeding off momentum quickly. Getting ready to try a few tests here.
Landing gear deployed.
A little bit of vertical thrust straight up. Zero. And drop. We're not losing too much altitude, but it does take a half a second for flight assist to take over when you zero thrust. Let's try that again, but with a bit more vertical speed this time. Zeroing and dropping. Flight assist is taking some time to compensate here. We dropped 2 kilometers before we came to a stop.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's get that altitude back before we try anything else. Remember, no banking, yaw control only. Stable hover, speed 0. Now we already know that pitching forward is going to cause us to lose altitude. Watch the altimeter there and the forward speed. Vertical speed's increasing downward and leveling out. Let's pitch up. Throttle still zeroed. And we're losing altitude, sliding backwards. What happens when we roll to the side? Just a few degrees. Speed's increasing, altitude's dropping. And watch the vertical speed. We'll level out, and it's still taking some time to recover. Vertical thrust test again, but this time with the landing gear up. I'm using the hat switch, which is a binary thrust control, so it's full on and an instant cutoff. We lost a lot more altitude than we gained from that few seconds of vertical thrust. Okay, let's see if we can't escape from this rock. My climb angle is way too high here. I'm full throttle, but my speed is dropping, and the vertical speed indicator shows I'm starting to drop backwards. I'm going to need to gain some momentum, climb gradually, and boost often. Vertical speed's increasing. We're losing our vertical momentum. Now we're starting to drop. More boost. Keep climbing upwards.
Frameshift drive charging.
I guess it's now or never.
Ready to engage. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
That's it. We're home free now, though it'll be slow climbing out of this gravity well. I learned a lot from this. Hopefully you got something out of it too. Thanks for watching.